This is the Microsoft Surface Duo. It was announced on October 2nd, 2019 at a Surface event in New York City. Unfortunately, it wasn't available to buy for nearly a year later. It came out on September 10th, 2020. Originally, it was designed to reboot the Microsoft Windows Mobile project, and I think there's an argument for breaking the current duopoly of Apple and Android and having another deep pocket player in the form of Microsoft Windows Mobile would probably be good for the consumer overall. But building that platform is incredibly difficult, as Microsoft found out with the Lumia line of devices. So Android was probably the way to go.
This product brings together the absolute best of Microsoft. And we're partnering with Google to bring together the absolute best of Android into one product.
Now, I love this phone. I think it's amazing. It's so thin, it's so powerful, the battery is pretty decent. But when it came out, early reviews were not good. This device turned up with a lot of bugs. It wasn't really ready for general release. Even though it took them a year from the announcement, it just wasn't ready. Now, the folio market is already a bit of a niche market. I think even today, the foldables account for like 3% of the global phone market. So releasing a folio device with a lot of bugs nearly a year after the fanfare has died down, it wasn't a winning strategy. Now, Microsoft did release bug fixes, and they released them quite quickly. Follow-up reviews were much more favorable. 1 year after the launch of the Surface Duo, its replacement, the Surface Duo 2, was announced at an event on September 22nd, 2021. This time, the release was only a month later. The Surface Duo 2 is better in almost every way, most notably the camera, which is probably the single biggest jump. However, the Surface Duo 2, although having newer hardware, arrived with the last generation of Android.
I'm super clear. You're going to talk about this. You're going to talk about it as a phone, and I get that. And you're going to talk about it as a communication device, and it does both those things incredibly well, for sure.
But the problem was, no one was talking about this device, or the people that were, they were not talking very favorably. Reviewers didn't like it, content creators didn't like it, developers didn't build for it. Who's going to buy it? I mean, excluding me, of course. I love this thing. I think this is an amazing device. So the Surface Duo 1 just arrived too late. It just took too long from the announcement to the launch date. And when it did come, it turned up with bugs. The Surface Duo 2 was much better in every way. There are still some reviews that don't like some aspects, but that's the reviewer's job. Their job is to find the things that some people might not like. That said, it still didn't sell. With each new version, the Surface Duo gets better.
The premium fit, finish, the thinness, pretty incredible. For sure, you can text, you can write, you can do what you want. But make no mistake, this product is a Surface.
all hopes lie on the Surface Duo 3. But then comes the great tech slump of 2022. Huge numbers of employees are released from those big tech companies, and some of those employees are really important to the success of the Surface Duo 3, but perhaps none quite as important as Panos. Now, Panos probably isn't the number one reason for the Surface Duo's success, because it has been a success by some measure, but he is believed to be the one that championed the Surface Duo format within Microsoft. His recent departure is a major setback to the possible release of a Surface Duo 3. Will there be a Surface Duo 3? I don't know. I kind of hope there is. I think the Surface Duo is a foldable we need. I think we need to have Microsoft in the market challenging and bringing new ideas and pushing other players to do better. And it's a great shame, actually, because the new generation of content creators, they seem to love this thing. I'm an iPhone guy. Maybe I'll talk about that more in another video. Even as someone that mostly dislikes the Android experience, I love the Microsoft Surface Duo. And actually, I kind of like the first one even more than the second one. Although the second one has that much better camera, and that does make it a little bit easier to use it as your primary device.
But what if you could just push a button and 2 screens would light up with the 2 apps you wanted? We absolutely know scientifically that you will be more productive on 2 screens.
Now, I don't think the Surface Duo is enough to convert me to Android as my main phone, but it's enough to make me want to find excuses for needing this phone as well.
It's not just more real estate you need. It's not. It's defined real estate. It's structure and the way the mind takes it. That seam down the middle lights the product up in ways that are almost impossible to explain because you have to feel it. This is Surface Duo.